Welcome once again to Movin' Right Along, a dog-driven podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. This is the podcast where we watch A Muppet Family Christmas 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Ryan Rowe.
I'm your other host, Anthony Strand.
And today we have a new guest sitting in our guest chair. She's joining us for the first time on this mini-season, but definitely not the first time ever. Guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Roz Strand, and I am Anthony's wife, and Gonzo is my favorite Muppet, and I love Christmas, and I'm so excited to be here.
Yay! We're very happy that you're here also. And today we are talking about minutes 35 and 36 of A Muppet Family Christmas, in which Kermit and Robin say goodbye to the Fraggles, and the whole gang says hello to Miss Piggy.
Woo-woo!
We pick up with the Fraggles celebrating the great job they just did singing the song Pass It On, which is just a thing that Muppets do. They get to the end of a song and then they're just so happy that they just sang that song and did such a great job on it.
They're going crazy for it. They love it.
That's how I feel after I sing a song.
It's true.
I do the same thing.
It's absolutely true.
Do you nod your head like that, like Muppets do?
Yeah. Good job, everybody. Good. Nice job.
Yeah, you should. Gobo says that's the way Fraggle presents work, and Robin says he loves it. Now,
so we talked before
about
how certain characters in this special who don't normally interact essentially have the same voice.
Right.
And to me, that is never truer than in this moment, where, like I've mentioned, we listen to the audio in the car a lot for this during December. And that's the way Fraggle presents work. Haha, I love it. Sounds like the same person. There is no discernible difference. Like,
yes,
if you didn't know, it's the same person.
Right, to an adult with a discriminating ear, I think it's clear that it's the same person. But I think we just talked about this a day or two ago. Like, you can tell that Jerry Nelson is making an effort to make Robin sound more youthful. Like, he knows that these characters are going to be talking one after the other, and he's trying to differentiate them.
Right. I think that's true earlier, and then here he just forgets to do
it. Could be.
Iris can't tell the difference. Our daughter is a little voice chaser, like her dad, so she can't tell the difference. It took me listening to the CD, though. Mm-hmm. The visuals, I listen to the visuals more than the audio.
Yeah, I think
most
that's right.
of the time. Mm. And so once I heard the CD, then I'm just like, yeah, I can see what you're getting at after telling me 15 times.
Yeah.
It's the same voice.
Yeah, but so there you go. Like, it didn't stand out to you the first time or the first 5 times, even though it is discernible once you're listening for it.
Well, Muppets are such a visual thing. Like,
That's true.
Even whenever you're listening to an audio, you're still picturing them and who is saying what. So if you know who it is, then that's who it sounds like.
Yeah.
It sounds like Robin. He doesn't sound as Canadian as Gobo.
That's the other thing, yes. Yeah.
It's true, yeah.
So then Moki gives Boober the Fraggle Pebble that she got from Red last year, which they previously established. Of course, she places it in his palm below the frame because Moki is a live hand puppet who can move her fingers, but Boober is not a live hand puppet, so he can't actually pick up objects out of other people's hands. So there's that.
But then it's just holding it, so it works seamlessly.
Oh, yeah. You never think about it when you're just watching this not 2 minutes at a time. So
yeah.
And yeah, they said this too, that Boober already owned this pebble at some point 4 years ago before he gave it to Wembley. So this is really Boober's being reunited with this pebble.
So pass it on is really pass it around.
Yeah, pretty much.
They don't have that.
I guess we don't know who gave it to Boober before that. Do you think it just has been circulating between the 5 of them?
I think that Feeny Fraggle gave it to him.
Could be.
I think that Large Marvin found it. He probably gave it to Red, trying to get on her good side. Yeah. And then Red's just like, yeah, I'm just going to keep this amongst my friends now.
Yeah, there you go.
And every holiday season, Large Marvin is like watching from afar, sadly, as they just give it to each other and they never let it back into the circle.
One eye bigger than the other.
That's Marlin.
Oh, that's Marlin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. You're thinking about Marlin, which makes sense. Those are almost the same name.
Marvin.
Marlin,
Yeah.
Excuse
me. You're thinking of regular size Marlin.
I'm thinking of regular size Marlin, not Large Marvin.
Marlin is the one who talks like an impression of Peter Lorre.
Yeah. I'm going to get my pebble back one day.
Yeah, that's Marlin.
Right.
Yeah, okay. That's who I was thinking of.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Then Kermit says they have to be going, which, do they? Like, do they really, what's going on if they have to, like, they just met the Fraggles.
Well, but did they, though? Because then what does Kermit say after they leave?
You never know something. I don't know. I didn't write that one down.
He says it's great to be with friends at Christmas. So
Yeah.
maybe he secretly knew them even though they didn't know it.
Oh, right. This just backs up our conspiracy theory that Kermit has always known more about Fraggle holes than he let on.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it makes sense that there might be a Fraggle cave near the swamp. And he like grew up with them. And then once he got to Hollywood, he's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't tell anybody about
he's been protecting them.
Yeah. And then he just couldn't resist with his nephew. I totally get that.
Could be.
I knew where there was a Fraggle hole, the first person I would tell would be a kid.
Your nephew.
My nephew. Ethan would not fit, though. He's like 6'4".
He's very tall.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
When he was little, though.
When he was little, the first person I would tell would be...
When he was the size of Robin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before they go, though, Boober wants Robin to have the pebble. So now it's out of the family. He's sending it into the world outside Fraggle Rock. Oh, any final thoughts on the whole Fraggle sequence at all?
I love how... I don't know how to correctly pronounce this, if it's hygge or hygge, but I think of the Fraggle Winter Festival as totally hygge, because they're just so minimalist and cozy, and their outfits are so cute. I can see somebody adopting this as like their cabin motif or something. They're just like, we're gonna have a Fraggly winter solstice, and it would totally work.
What is this word?
Okay, I heard it from Frozen the Musical, so it may not even be a real word.
It's a real word. It's hygge.
So it's HYGGE, and it's a decorating style or a feeling which is like cozy and comfy and warm, but also kind of like simplified, like just being satisfied with the people around you and the love. And so that they just, I know that they're Canadian, but they're reading very Scandinavian and very hygge, and it makes me all warm.
So wearing adorable winter wear, but just living in a cave would qualify.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
I think that you might need a swing made out of rope, but that's not certain. I might be making that up.
That absolutely sounds like something you would find in Fraggle Rock.
It's true.
It does.
It's true.
So then no sooner do Kermit and Robin exit the Fraggle hole than they hear Scooter calling. He says, "We hear shouting outside. It could be Miss Piggy." And then they run upstairs, and they don't actually hear shouting as far as I can tell.
And also, why would Piggy be shouting on the dog sled? Like,
right.
She's on a dog sled, like all fancy. Why would they hear shouting outside?
I mean, unless it's the dogs barking that Scooter was misinterpreting as shouting. But why not just like, we hear noise outside?
Yeah, that's what I always assumed. I mean, he is friends with dogs.
True.
So maybe he just interprets barking as shouting now.
Yeah. Oh, maybe Scooter understands the dog language like Ralph, and we just don't know that.
So nice to speak a second language.
Exactly. So they're looking out the window. It appears to be Piggy. Kermit asks the chef to go make some hot soup, which I would definitely not trust the Swedish chef to do.
I do enjoy that Kermit takes charge like we're at the Muppet Show.
Oh, yeah. He's the director.
Yeah, he's just like, chef, go make some soup. Mrs. Bear, whose house it is, go put some extra blankets on a bed.
Yeah.
Presumably in case Piggy has hypothermia.
Yeah, I actually noted that. Like, he just turns into the director.
Yeah.
And it's like, why they survive anything is because Kermit is just like, oh, okay, everybody do something practical for 3 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
And then we can get back to the musical stuff.
Right. It's just a different kind of show, and this show is making sure that Miss Piggy survives the night. So Gonzo says, there she is, and yes, there she is. A pack of sled dogs appears on the hill outside the farmhouse. They're pulling a sled. I think there are 8 of them, and I don't know if these are dog Muppets that we've seen in a previous production, so they may have built 8 new Muppet sled dogs for this.
They're They run so well, though. Like,
Yeah.
I love that they didn't do any joint work with this. They're just, legs are just flying through the snow.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
But I think that with all their fur, it just looks great. It looks like they're just flying across the snow.
Well, they look almost like Bunraku style, like the Japanese shadow puppetry.
Yeah.
Like you almost don't even really see the dogs. It's just like their silhouettes.
That's true.
And it looks super cool.
Yeah, it does. The puppetry on them looks great, yeah. Miss Piggy is sitting on the sled, looking resplendent. She actually kind of turns to smile at the camera as she passes by. And standing on the back of the sled is a driver wearing a uniform, complete with one of those furry hats that I don't know the name of.
Is it Jerome?
It's, well, not exactly. We'll find out who it is in a second. But Floyd says, in response to Gonzo saying, there she is, he says, yeah, and she don't look bad for a pig. So it doesn't matter to Floyd that Miss Piggy could have died out there in that storm. It's just always a good time for a pig joke.
Floyd does not appreciate fashion despite his Sergeant Petford costume that he normally wears.
Despite that?
Yeah. I mean, well, he's trying to pay homage to the Beatles there. So
yeah, but it's old. Like when the Muppet Show's on, that costume is just like 10 years out of date. It's not like cool and retro yet.
Yeah. That's
just
true.
Like he's been wearing it since 1967.
Yeah. So I think that everything that Piggy stands for, he's like, not just that you're a pig, but also like, what do I care about what you're wearing? Like he has no ties to fashion.
Yeah, no, and he has that whole too cool for school thing. So
yeah, where I'm like sitting watching this going, oh, I wish that kind of beauty was attainable by humans. Because she just looks so perfect.
She does after everything she's been through. Yeah. So Piggy says, "Merry Christmas, Kermit. Am I late?" And then the driver speaks up, and hey, it's Doc.
What?
He says,
Doc. In contacts.
Yeah,
somehow.
That's right.
He says, I don't know how to explain this, Kermit, but I was searching through the snow, and there was Miss Piggy with this costume for me.
Well, I love the lamp shading of I don't know how to explain this.
Yeah.
Because there's no way he could explain it because it's nonsense.
No, it's inexplicable.
Right? Like it makes absolutely no sense that first of all that Piggy just ran into Doc, and also that she had a dog sled.
A dog sled, yeah, not just the costume, but also a dog sled and 8 dogs.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that she had not just a costume, but a big enough costume to fit over the parka that he was wearing earlier and make it still look like it fits him, because I just cannot believe that Doc would have actually changed out in a blizzard.
Right.
So I'm assuming that it fit over his clothes.
Yeah, good point.
Do you think those are Jerome's clothes and Jerome is dead?
Oh, no.
Jerome is Miss Piggy's chauffeur.
Oh,
my chauffeur Jerome got the limo stuck in the snowbank. Yeah.
Okay, so you're suggesting that Jerome is still in the limo stuck in a snowbank and now he's not wearing anything because he was
just his
wearing this, military.
We never saw him.
This military costume?
Maybe.
Poor Jerome.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should be more sensitive to Jerome.
Poor Jerome.
I'm sorry.
Jerome was never heard from again.
We never do. It's true. It's all true. But she has a different chauffeur named Maurice.
It also occurs to me that it's impressive that this costume is the right size for a human anyway, because for all she knew, Kermit might have been the one who was going to come looking for her, and then the costume would have had to fit Kermit. So maybe she even had multiple different sizes of costumes.
Which sounds like her.
That sounds like
for whoever showed up to be her dog sled driver.
Well, and also, where is her? Is she sitting on her luggage?
Well, we can see a bunch of presents in the sled.
Yeah.
So maybe her luggage is underneath the presents?
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe it's just all new outfits that she bought herself.
Yeah. I'm sure she did do some Christmas shopping for herself.
She did an itsy bit of Christmas shopping.
Including presents for her own self.
Yeah.
For herself, right? Mm-hmm. Although, of course, the answer to all of this is that it's Christmas magic, right?
Well, it's Christmas magic and it's Miss Piggy magic. This incarnation of Miss Piggy can just make anything happen, whatever she wants to happen. That's just what's going to happen because she's Miss Piggy.
Which is true of most things in her life besides her relationships.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
She can control almost everything that has to do with appearance and being on stage, but she cannot control who hits on Kermit or who Kermit
gives the huggies
gives the huggies to. Yeah. If
Anyway.
So Kermit says, you don't have to explain, Doc. If there's one thing Miss Piggy knows, it's how to make an entrance, which we just talked in our bonus episode not long ago about the Muppets, a celebration of 30 years, how there was a montage in that of like dramatic Miss Piggy moments, but there at that time there weren't even as many big entrances as there have been since then. So Miss Piggy continues to be a big entrance person.
Although, as we talked about in that episode, it's kind of every TV special with the characters up to this time. Like it didn't happen on the Muppet Show, but every special, it's like, here's people carrying Piggy in on a gold throne.
Right.
Here's Miss Piggy coming down a giant flight of stairs or whatever.
It just became expected when she became a huge star.
I do think that I like to note, though, Kermit kind of gives himself away here. Everybody else is still pretty much inside, but Kermit rushes outside in the cold at the end of a blizzard, and he's a frog. This is dangerous, okay? He could go into hibernation any second and not.
Yeah, and he's not wearing clothes here. Yeah.
He's not wearing any clothes.
Yeah.
And he just runs out. He's ready to get Miss Piggy. And it, you know, he always plays aloof, but I like to think of Kermit as a man who shows his love by his actions.
Aww.
And so he just rushes out, and it really shows that he cares about Piggy, even if it's not as romantic as what she would like, or at least as much PDA. You know, I always thought that it was sweet that it's just like, nope, I'm outside. I have no clothes on, even though I wear a lot of clothes in this special.
Right.
And Kermit's just totally ready to greet her. It was really sweet, I think.
Yeah, and he spent the whole special worrying about her, even though she's not worried about herself at all.
Yeah. Well, Piggy don't need to worry about herself. She's got this.
So Piggy starts singing, "Oh, there's no place like home." And that's where this clip ends. So we'll have to wait until tomorrow for her to complete that thought. I assume she's doing an impression of Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Yeah, that sounds appropriate.
She's going to be clicking her heels together.
Yeah. I have a theory. Ooh. There's no place. This farmhouse is no place like home for these 8 sled dogs that she's going to leave outside in the cold, and we never see them again.
Oh, no. There must be. Wait. There's a kennel, though. They've said that there's a kennel.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. They can move in with Rolf and Sprocket.
Yeah, they'll have a great time in there.
If she clicks her heels 3 times, Jerome will show up.
Aww. Happy ending for Jerome.
I need Jerome to have a happy ending.
Jerome
now
is fine.
I'm just worried about him.
Jerome is
Why
fine.
Why did you tell me this?
He's at a cafe.
I'm so worried that nobody found him.
He's at the mall. Still.
People, okay. Who is going to stop and be like, oh no, a limousine stuck in the snowbank? Everybody's going to be like, nah, they don't need help. They got cell phones. Like, nobody's going to help
They got a car
Jerome.
phone in 1987.
They got a car phone in 1987.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but Miss Piggy has a car phone.
I need Jerome to have a happy ending.
Jerome
better show up in the next few minutes.
Rosalind. Jerome is at the mall. He's sitting in, I don't know, let's say Benetton, just hanging out. He's fine.
Okay. Well, I guess that we'll have to wait till the next time. But if Jerome doesn't show up, guys, I'm going to have a hard time going to bed tonight.
And, it's such a bad storm. They're keeping the mall open late because all these people need a place to, to hang out during the blizzard. So.
And it's Christmas Eve. So, unfortunately, capitalism dictates that they have extended hours.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Jerome's getting his shopping done. Everything's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I believe you.
All right, then, any final thoughts on these 2 minutes?
I got all mine.
No.
All right, then, in that case, we can wrap things up for today. We will be back tomorrow, so join us once again for another episode of Moving Right Along. Bye.
Bye.
Merry Christmas, frogs.
Merry Christmas, Fraggles.